Let's not be lazy. Yep, there's another one over here. Just kill all these mobs in the area too. Just keep it simple. Great job, guys. Really proud of you. Okay, this random purple effect that just lasts forever is just preventing us from being able to loot the chest. This is another great example of the really high-end design at the Amazon Game Studios. We can't click on it because of the thing. And it just never goes away. I wonder if they like intended this. It's like if there was someone at the dev studio that was playing the game and they were like, man, what if we had like this thing that lasted for like a minute underneath the chest and it just instantly interrupts you over and over and over. Great job, guys. Okay, let's do a handful of these before we come down. Ooh, that's a big box of shit. Okay, there's one right down there by Deshawn. Let's loot this one here. Great job. Alright, everybody meet up outside here. Really good job, guys. Super proud of you. Keep it up. Nobody should be behind. Okay. Alright, we got pretty much everybody here except for a handful of stragglers. Let's get this done. I'll give it like maybe 3 more seconds. Stack deck. I need that. And don't worry about trading it to me now. Just wait till the very end. That way it doesn't, we don't waste any time. Table scraps is lying. He said that I didn't want it. He's lying. I didn't say that. Oh, dude, ban him? Wait, ban who? Who am I supposed to ban? Where's my leave? What do you say? Did your mom drop good loot? What do you think? I'm like this little fragile baby and I've never been on the internet before and this is gonna hurt my feelings and I'm gonna cry about it? Like, what do you think? What do you think I'm gonna do? Like I've been on 4chan since before Boxy. And that is a funny joke. But it's not even a joke because if it wouldn't even make sense. Like I was the one giving her all the loot. So I would just get the loot that was already mine. She's using my money. Yeah. I banned him. An asshole. He's just dead. He's a dick. Yeah, for sure he's a dick. Tasteless is fine. Well, it's not that. It's like you go in. The thing is, like, if somebody goes into chat and I can tell they're trying to get a response, I just ban them. Because it's not out of, it's not because it's, like, necessarily upsetting me. It's because I don't want people to join my chat that, like, are intentionally trying to like, piss me off, you know? Yeah, he's intentionally trying to piss me off. This man's worse. Yeah, he's just a weird kid, man. Okay, what we get? Nothing. Fuck. We don't really need to loot that one. Alright, let's come back over here. This is the one under the waterfall here. Just a fucked up thing to say. It just doesn't matter, like, who cares? Like, again, like, it just, people, like, bringing up things that upset me, or that, like, have been bad that have happened to me, doesn't really bother me. Like, I don't really care if people do that. It doesn't upset me. Like, it's annoying that somebody would try to do that, but it's not like it, like, emotionally affects me, you know? It's just, it's like, okay, wow, you know, trying to get a rise out of me, huh? If we're like a super emotional guy, yeah. Like, well, it's just that it's not like it didn't happen, right? And, like, also, the reality, like, this is gonna sound really bad, but, like, I don't really care about him. Like, if that guy got hit by a car tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I don't care to. Yeah. So why would it upset me if he says something stupid? You see what I mean? No, do you care about us? I do care about my viewers, etc. Yeah, of course I do. There's a lot of you guys that have reached out for, like, just different things, and I've talked to people, and that's why I like having the stream where we can just talk about different stuff and hang out. Like, yeah, for sure. But, like, you gotta also remember, like, I don't really know you guys, right? You guys don't really know me. And, because of that, I try not to take what people say in chat too seriously, and I think it's important to keep that in mind, right? Like, we share a common interest, and I think that a lot of people, like, if I did know them in real life, I'd probably get along pretty well with them. Truth is that if you've seen a lot of my friends, you'd know that I have, like, a huge range of different people that I'm friends with, and I get along with pretty much everybody. So I don't really worry about it or think about it a lot, but I also don't really get attached to the opinions of people that I don't know. The only time, like, things like that piss me off or upset me is if, like, it's like something that people are saying about me that I think is true. And, like, in that case, like, it will make me upset, but it's mainly I'm upset that it's true, not necessarily that they said it. You just got a really good furniture recipe? Nice. Yeah, I think it's important to keep all that stuff in mind. There's, like, some people that, like, really get, like, they get personally affected whenever a streamer says or does something, and it's really unhealthy. Damn. I one-tapped him. Alright, that's the last one in here. We gotta go to the next one now. Come try to stream, touch grass. I mean, I think it's just important to make sure you keep, you know, just like keep things in your life in perspective, you know? And, all I really try to do is entertain people and put on a good show and make sure that people enjoy what they're seeing. And it's not even just about enjoying things, it's about just kind of just doing what I want to do. I'm gonna wait right here. Yep, come on over here, guys. I'll give everybody a second here. You got a girlfriend, even though you aren't? No, I don't really worry about that. Like, I'm pretty, I try to be nice to everybody and everything like that, but I think it is always important to keep yourself, remind yourself that, I mean, it's not really real. And it's one of the unhealthy things I think about streaming, is that streaming gives people the ability to have those kinds of relationships and to, for a small period of time, believe that they are real. It's just, it's not good. Luckily you got your crafting skills out. Locking in player-to-player trades that would result in inventory overflow. Yeah, I know. That's probably like literally because of my stream. Strange to have text conversations on a monitor. I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, like, I grew up on the internet. Like, I remember, like, I got the internet. Like, I feel like I grew up in, like, the perfect time. Like, I got the internet in, like, 2000 or 2001. And I'm 31 years old. So, I grew up and I remember what it was like not having the internet. And not having, like, social media or anything like that. Same, I'm 36. Yeah, exactly, bro. It was great. I think that you just say that because, you know, like, it's much easier to be a careless 8-year-old than a responsibility-ridden 38-year-old. I'm glad that we have the internet now. It was good, but a bit kind of boring. Well, like, what you would do is, like, you would call your you'd call your friend's, like, house phone number, and you know, their mom or their dad or brother or sister or aunt would pick up the phone, and, like, you'd have to, like, ask to talk to them and shit. Yeah, mom picks up, then puts you on the phone. I'm as old as you, Asma. I honestly think I would have done a lot better without the internet. Oh, I don't think so. I love the internet. I love social media. I think it's awesome. I think that there's just some people that are mentally fucking ill and they blame it on social media. It's not social media's fault. It's people don't have a North Star or anything to align themselves with. And because of that, they just get pushed and pulled in whatever direction that what's trending does pull them in. I think social media is awesome. It allows me to keep track and keep up with lots of my friends and, you know, maintain friendships that wouldn't really be possible without social media in the same way. Keep up with people that I've known for years and decades, and I think that's awesome. And there's porn on the internet too. It's pretty cool. Social media companies forcing things that are trending is what breeds shitty behavior. Yeah, but that's not social media's fault. That's the company's fault. Like, this is not a problem that is endemic of, or it's not intrinsic to the medium. It's just because the company that's using it is bad. People build empathy, though. Good and a bad thing at the same time. People want to feel connection. So your struggles became theirs. It's important. Listen, it's just important to be measured with the way that you react to things and how you develop relationships with things online. Like, I'll give you guys a really good example, and I'll talk a little bit about like the whole parasocial relationship thing a little bit. Is that I don't think that parasocial relationships are one way. And this is something that I don't really think is talked about enough, but I think that it's because people don't realize it, is that the parasocial relationships that a viewer has with a streamer go both ways. Like, viewers think streamers are their friend, but streamers think viewers are their friends. And it's like, oh, this is my community, and you know, like, this is like a this is like my thing, etc., right? And I think that it leads people to have unrealistic and weird expectations from their viewers, and it separates them from what I believe streaming really is. Streaming is entertainment. It's all about entertainment. It's about putting on a good show. And there's a lot of people out there who don't put on a good show and aren't entertaining. And what they do is they get upset and angry whenever their viewers don't watch them do content that the viewers don't find entertaining. And in my opinion, I think that is just as much of a parasocial relationship as viewers who think that they're on they're the streamer's friend because they donated $50. It's important to keep that in mind too. They're like, oh, why won't my community watch me play this game? Because it's fucking boring. Like, for me, right? Like, if I play New World, right, I'll get, you know, 5 to 15k viewers on my second channel. 5 to 15k viewers based on what's going on. Like, obviously there's a big new patch tomorrow. Probably going to be more people that tune in. 7.5. Yeah, but usually it's higher. But like, we're really not doing anything interesting. It's just, this is as bad as it gets, basically. And obviously, like, this shit's boring as fuck. Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm not even really talking about anything interesting. I'm just talking about people giving me stuff in New World. Like, who the fuck wants to watch that? So it's like, of course the viewership is going to be lower, because you're not making content that's interesting. Now, if I went over and I started doing like a Final Fantasy, the viewership would definitely go up. It would go up by a lot. And I bet if I went and I did the Season of Mastery, it would go up by probably even more. Not because there's I have more WoW viewers or less WoW viewers, but just because it's new and it's fresh. So people are going to want to see that new and fresh thing. And you can see this with viewership in general. So whenever I go on my second channel and I'm streaming and I don't get like a huge amount of viewers playing a game, it's not that my viewers are betraying me or anything like that. It's just that that type of content isn't super interesting to them. Yeah, and I could turn cam on, that would be, yeah, that would increase viewership, right? And that's what I'm saying. McConnell get more, yeah, and there's a lot of ways, right? I think you guys are, this one is not that good, but we're just gonna loot this one since we'll wait for people. A new game will succeed if people want to watch it. It's a big factor, yeah, that's just the way that the world works now. There's a lot of boomers that wish it wasn't like that or whatever, but it is, and there's no going back. That's it. The cat's out of the bag. Use your background noise, don't care what you play because I don't play it anyway. Yeah. I'm sure that there are a number of streamers or a number of people now that like watch a lot of my second streams that do not even really know what I look like. Alright, let's go. Yep, they don't even know, and frankly, it's better that way. Trust me. I also agree with you. I'm on stream, 20 average viewers. Showing hope. Ditch my main game. Let me see here. Let me read this. Built my own stream to have 20 average viewers, and it was showing hope till I ditched my main game and got lazy playing whatever I wanted. No game plan. Take full responsibility for it, but say it's your decision whether you end up being able to pay rent on your platform. Saying it's a matter of talent and effort is kind of bullshit. Full responsibility for that, but to say it's your decision whether you end up being able to pay rent on your platform. Well, Mountain, like, what are you saying? Like, you saying it's like, well, what was it then? Why weren't you able to pay rent then? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, then how does it happen? I think it was a self-contradiction. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of, so I'm kind of curious. All right, so this one here. There we go. Just gonna wait for everybody to catch up. Maybe that guy's not gonna. Oh, there we go. Oh, Jit just quit and through the stream saying there are legitimate situations where someone is to blame, like in my one, but there are also someone in most cases where a streamer or entertainer is doing everything right in regards to it being quality content, but simply doesn't pick up for reasons out of their control. I think that's most cases. So you're saying like there are some people that are really good streamers, but they're just not successful. It's both. It's hard luck, and I don't really think like everything. It's very hard to say like that there's no luck involved in it, because I think that, like, as I said, I had this conversation before, is that like we're all lucky here. Like everybody here is extremely lucky. We live probably in first or second world countries, the majority of us. We have access to a computer and an internet connection. That puts you massively above over 1 billion people in this in the whole world. You immediate have a spawn advantage over 1 billion people. Yeah, like going into it, typing in this chat, you've already won one lottery. More than 1 billion? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but like, it's just to illustrate a point. Certainly seen some streamers with the charisma of 40k viewer streamer never break 50 viewers. Yeah, I don't really think so. Most small streamers, I think that they're small streamers because they're boring. Like you can, I can, if you gave me a small streamer who you think this person is like really entertaining, and it's like, why does this person not have a lot of viewers? And you gave me and Mizkif and Soda Poppin and XQC their stream, and you had the 4 of us evaluate it, I can guarantee you we could come up with at least a handful of reasons of why that is. People like to say that it's luck because they can't divine what's actually happening and what they're actually doing wrong. You could do that to, you could do that to your, to my streams? Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's a lot of times that whenever I have a stream that goes really well, or I have a stream that goes really badly, I will watch it again. I'll go back and I'll watch my own VOD. And this is what I used to do like every night, is like after I would finish my stream, I would go back and watch my own VOD, and like I would say, oh, I'm saying too much, or I'm you know, I'm like not doing this right or saying that right or whatever, and spend hours watching your own stream. Yeah, I did. I would do this pretty much every day, is that I would go back, I'd watch my own stream, and the reason for that is I remember I watched an interview with Howard Stern, and that's what he said he did. We're gonna wait here because this is a hard jump. Is like as soon as he finished his radio show, first thing he'd do is he'd come home and just listen to it, and then he'd go to bed, and then he'd do it again. And it's like, I find a lot of times, even in my current streams, like the stream that I did, you know, 3 months ago, random stream I did 3 months ago, like I will watch that stream and I will say to myself, this part is terrible. Like, this is so boring. I'm repeating myself. I'm speaking in a way that's boring to listen to. I'm saying too often. I'm using some phrase too many times and it becomes noticeable in like the conversation. Like, I think about this stuff a lot, man. And okay, let's go. And I do this a fucking lot. And then I turn back around and the next day I try to do a better job. That's too much, to be honest. I don't think so. Because I like to have the best content possible. And like, really, I don't care about the game content. The only content that I really care about is my commentary content. Like, playing video games is just like, okay. Like, I care about making sure that I'm like delivering like quality commentary that makes sense. I'm like using good examples, explaining things properly. You only do this for the main channel? Yeah. Same with my own videos too. If I go back and I watch a video that I did 2 years ago and I think it's a good video, that's okay. But if I go back and I watch all the videos that I did 2 years ago and I think they're all good videos, that's a bad thing, because it means I haven't grown as a content creator and I haven't gotten better. There's always more and there's always better. Fucking bitch. How about that, Braun? Suck a dick. Or 50, 100 viewer Andy. Would you, like review their VODs? I remember Andy Milanakis wanted to do something like that. Like, I think he called it like Adopt a Streamer or something like that. But to be honest with you, I don't really know if it would be... Like, it's such a... You have to remember, and I kind of don't really like saying this because it's kind of like cringe to say, in a way, but, like, I own a company, I stream, I now own a house that I have to take care of and do about 20 years of deferred maintenance on. Let's see, what else do I do? I have to maintain, like, other... I stream, right? Like, usually. I make YouTube videos. I have a lot of my time that's already tied up. And I don't really know if I'd want to invest more of that time into something that's another professional pursuit. And that's also, like, all of those things are not even considering, like, the fact that, like, you know, I do actually have a lot of real-life friends, people that I've known, like, not just from streaming, but, you know, just throughout the years. I'm very lucky that I have that. Want to buy a new house? Because this isn't a house, this is my home. Let's go back over here. The only reason why I would buy a house or move out is if I was moving in with a girl to start a family. That would be it. So you just fucking kill him, get him out of the way. Yeah, that would be the only reason I would do it. She move in with you? No. Okay, let's go over here. YouTube hiding dislikes, thoughts? As I said before, I think that it was done with the intention to allow brands and other types of political entities that YouTube is aligned with to push agendas that are unpopular while simultaneously astroturfing the feedback to make it appear popular. I think that's all it is. Yep, that's all it is. It's just social engineering and astroturfing. Astroturfing is whenever you change the perception or you change the way that an audience online views a type of content in a disingenuous way. It's creating a fake perception. Isn't having a kid with how things are forecasted to be in the future selfish? Why would it be so? What do you mean things are forecasted in the future? Yeah, what's that? Talking about climate change? Oh, climate change, dystopia, and general quality of life. Those problems aren't caused by more people, they're caused by bad people. And also, I don't really worry about, I don't worry about like what affects other people. I really just worry about what affects me. Like if something affects me negatively but it affects other people positively, it's just not as important to me as things that affect me positively. Because I mean, I live my life for me and that's it. So it's like if there's ever a choice between like helping somebody else, it's like I kind of have like a tier list, right? Of like, you know, I would help like, you know, myself, and then like friends, and then close, or, you know, family, and then close friends, and then, you know, my like immediate community, and then maybe people in my city, and then my state, and then my country, then the world, right? So like each of these different groups of people, like one just takes precedence over another. Does that make sense? Are we F tier? No, if you were, I'd be selling you NFTs. I could probably make like, honestly, millions of dollars doing that too. Just don't really care. The paint archives? Yeah, I mean, well, that's a little bit different because it's like NFTs of that kind of stuff. So like, it's the idea that I had. No, you can't. You're right, actually. It would probably be more like tens of millions of dollars. I'm not kidding you, by the way. Like, For like a stream of like my size and influence, especially on my YouTube channel, like I could print money doing that. Down here, guys. Let's go. You lose a lot of viewers as well. It's not the best for long term. No, it's not that big of a deal. You always get new people. Yeah, it's just like you don't really need to worry about that. Like, think about like a lot of the people online, especially like some YouTubers. I mean, they find a new way to scam their audience every fucking year. It's the same fucking guy. He does it every year. And with some other just complete bullshit. And they buy into it every single year. And they just keep making money. People make NFTs for you, sell them with some percentage. I thought about selling like all of the MS Paint drawings I do as NFTs and like having like a bidding for them. I think that would be funny, and then just donating the money or something like that. But I wouldn't really want to keep the money because I just think it's stupid. Hate sponsored streams unless the streamer likes what they're advertising. It's just like, the thing is, like, some sponsored streams, they just pay you a ton of money, so streamers do them. There's really not much to it. Just like you said, what's wrong with making some money? Why do you have to make all the money? Yeah, that's the thing, is like, if I really wanted to make a lot of money, I would do things a lot differently than the way I do them. No point to do anything you'd ever want to do, so why would you cash out? Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's not even really about cashing out, and this is what I've said before. Like, there's people that do sponsored streams every week, and they just shill for, like, whatever game that, you know, they're getting paid the most money for. And it doesn't matter. Like, the audience still watches them, and they're still successful, and that's it. So it's not like you have to... you're like not allowed to do sponsored streams, and if you do, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna lose all your audience or whatever. No, it's not gonna happen. Okay. Do an NFT drawings of Bobby Kotick and donate the money to a women's charity. In general, I try not to do things and promote things that benefit people based off of immutable characteristics. I'm not really a big fan of that. But, because I think that, like, really... a lot of times, like, that kind of stuff happens, and I think it compartmentalizes problems. Like, people think that, oh, this is only a problem, you know, for women, or it's only a problem for minorities, or something like that. And I think that in many cases that they're a problem for everyone, and they just affect certain groups of people less or more. And by creating an othering of the people who are affected by the problem, it compartmentalizes it in people's minds, and people take it less seriously. And I think this has happened a lot. This is for a school project. Do you think college is necessary in today's age? Well, it's never been necessary. It never will. I think that as automation encroaches on more and more low-skill jobs, then you will actually have a much higher expectation of a higher learning degree in the future. Because a lot of the jobs, like, and whenever I say like college is like just like a higher education beyond high school, right? Like whether this is trade school, some sort of like a technical 2-year degree or something like that doesn't really matter. To me, it's like one of these things will be required more as time goes on, because more of the jobs that don't require them will be replaced by robots. And the people that would manage those robots are not people that had the jobs previously. They would be engineers, which you again need prior schooling for. Let's go in through here. Only people who have no college qualifications say college is not necessary. Well, I mean, that would make sense, right? Because like if you're successful without college, wouldn't you say that? Because it would be your experience. Yeah, it's the plumber analogy. Yeah, exactly. Also, been pushing STEM so hard in his last years. Yeah, I think so. I mean, expecting to get a job in like data entry or something like that is, I think, going to be less and less prevalent, especially like jobs that are based around just kind of performing a repetitive task. Like back in the day, there used to be guys that would work on an assembly line, and now there's robots that do that. And like those assembly line jobs didn't really manifest anywhere else. They just were deleted. We're gonna have to mandate gas station pumpers to create jobs. No, I don't really think so. Like there were sometimes, like especially in like transitions between like I know this happened whenever trains used to use coal and then they moved to other types of power and like fueling, is there were guys that they were part of the automotive or locomotive like lobbies, and their job was to load coal, and then once it stopped having coal, those guys still went to work every day, but they literally did nothing. And they kept their job because of the unions and stuff. What a job. Yeah, right. And you're gonna have that in between like friction between like you know, paradigm shifts like that. Companies that delete those jobs should be held responsible and educate and train out those employees. I disagree. I think that the only people that should be responsible for you are the government. The government should do what you need them to do. I don't care, like, company is not responsible for a person like that. I think like there's degrees of responsibility, but that's a bit much. Like obviously company has a responsibility to be safe, etc., but outside of the scope of that, not really. I don't think so. You should be responsible for that. No, I don't really think that you can expect people to be responsible for it because most people are stupid and bad at making decisions. It's better for everybody if the government's responsible for it. Okay, just kill these. Brett makes just as bad a decisions sometimes. You're right. Okay, I think we're pretty much good. I think a really good example of this is like social security for old people. Social security is, in my opinion, a very good thing. And there's a lot of old people that if they didn't have social security, they'd just be fucked. And, you know, you could say, oh, well, they would have saved the money. But they wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't have. They would have wasted it just like they had been the whole time. So fuck them. No, because here's the thing, right, is like if you just say fuck them, here's what happens is like they'll, old people, obviously it's harder for them to do this. But if you just let people kind of fend for themselves, they will. And they'll steal things and riot and cause trouble and problems in society all over the place. They'll turn to crime, yeah. Right, and like, it's like, is it really, it's like whenever a person is fighting for their own survival, can you really fault them for doing anything? Yes, you can fault them. Crime isn't an excuse. Well, crime isn't real. Laws aren't real. They're just made up. Yes, the law of the jungle, baby. Being poor is not a justification to act like a savage animal. Well, what are you gonna do? Admonish people for not, these people are not looking for a justification. They do not care about your approval. Your approval does not matter to them. They just want to be able to live and survive. And they'll do whatever it takes for that. It doesn't matter what their ego believes or what you think they should do or anything. It's irrelevant. Yeah, they're born and now they're here. And they're gonna do whatever they can to keep it that way. Do we have everybody? Yeah. Alright, let's go. We're almost done, guys. Stick with it. Minimum wage will always be more respectable than no job or crime. Well, it depends on how much crime you do. If you do a whole lot of crime and you make $1 million off of it, I mean, it's not about being respectable or not. Like, I think that the whole idea of like expecting or like treating your opinion of something as currency and of anything of value is completely misplaced. Most people don't care about what your opinion of something is or if you respect it or not, because you don't matter to them. Yeah, you're an NPC and they're the main character in their own game. Yeah, you're just an NPC, man. Look at Bobby. Most people have main character syndrome. I think everybody does to a degree. I think minimum wage should be a sustainable wage for all. No, I think that you have to have a universal basic income. That's always been like my my thing. Nice. 2 fucking bows. Alright, let's go. Won't UBI just cause inflation? No, printing more money causes inflation. How could a universal basic income cause, like... I think there's a lot of people that don't really know, like, how economics work. UBI would be nice, but wouldn't people just not work? Yeah, and that'll be okay, because enough of the jobs will be replaced by robots and you won't need them to work at all. Most people, it will become, in the future, it will become the norm to not have a job. And any of us, like, assuming like I don't have any actual real boomers, this will happen in our lifetimes. It's coming a lot sooner than you might think. Technology has a certain degree of a force multiplier behind it, and it will happen very soon. Moore's Law? Well, it's not just that, it's the scope of the entire, like, think about this, okay? Think about the differences in technology between the year 500 AD and 1000 AD. Comparatively, that's not really a whole lot. There were not even remotely the same amount of advances and like things like that that happened even within our lifetimes. Like, I would say that between 0 AD, whenever Jesus was born, and 1000 AD, there were probably less scientific advancements made in all of that time than what we've experienced in our lifetime. And like, this isn't a singularity argument, but it is a certain degree of that. More in the last 2 years? Yeah, and this will continue to happen. Okay, we're just kill him. Just kill him. Let's go. Come on, guys. Please don't let anyone die. We don't want to lose any loot. Heavy attack him so he's stunned, okay? Let's kill all these guys real quick. Big damage, guys. Keep it up. Fuck you. All right, here we go. Many things are lost, discovered a long time ago, but lost in time. Yeah, for sure. And it's not really just lost in time; it was also suppressed and you know, by religion, and then you know, through wars, right? I think obviously the best example of that is like the Library of Alexandria. Yeah, sure, but there's still been massive amounts of progress, and it's just getting faster. Like a really good like way to look at it is that look at a game from 2011, look at the graphics in a game from 2011 or 2010, and then look at a game from today, and then compare the difference in graphics. Then look at a game from 1980 and compare it to a game from 1990. There is so much of a bigger difference between 2010 to 2020. It's huge. Skyrim versus Skyrim. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, I don't really know what's going to happen entirely, but I think a lot of people aren't even like thinking and like, I don't think they're even really like aware of like how the framework of life will really exist in like 50 years. Because I think it'll be completely different than what it's like now. Like just totally, totally different. Ashes will be out? Well, no, it'll be in the second beta. Yeah, it might be out. That logic last 10 years had almost no innovation then. It's not true at all. Okay. What do you think of the boomers fucking over every other generation after it? I think that one day people will say that about people our age too. Yeah, I don't think it's really anything special. This narrative shit, basically. Well, it's just more, it's more ways to divide people and keep them fighting amongst each other. Where, you know, you have boomers thinking that it's, you know, millennials and these like super soft, okay, let's go to town, guys, everybody go to town. These like super soft kids and young people that are causing all the problems, and then you have the young people that think that it's all these fucking old stupid boomers that are selfish and they don't know what it's like nowadays. And to some degree they're both true. But I think the biggest problem is that people spend too much time divided and thinking about like little stupid issues rather than thinking about like larger big picture things. What's the biggest issues? Well, I was saying about like universal basic income, like that's a huge issue. Like that's probably like one of the biggest issue, like climate change. That's a huge issue. That's like a massive fucking issue. And also it's not even just climate change, it's like destroying the environment. That's insane. And like, yeah, shit, healthcare. All right, everybody, talk about what on. All right, everybody line up right here. Okay, I'm gonna explain how this works. Everybody line up right here in front of me. So come over here, and I'm gonna just go ahead and vendor some of this stuff right now. But what I want you guys to do is to Get in line, and I'm going to show you guys the stuff that you're supposed to trade to me, okay? So please pay attention here. This is a really important part of our adventure together. So, I want you guys to scroll down. This is the best part. No, I don't like the way this looks. Come down this way. Yeah, come out this way. It looks weird. Yeah, line up the other way around, okay? Yeah, there we go. Okay, perfect. All right, give me 1 second. I'm just going to vendor some stuff. So I want you guys to look at the furniture tab that you have here. And if you can't trade any of these items, it's fine. Apparently some of them aren't tradable. Just keep the ones that you got in this run in mind, and then just trade them to me tomorrow. And scroll down all the way to your resources tab, okay? And any item in this resource tab that's purple or orange, put it into trade with me, and we'll go ahead and get this thing on the road. All right, let's go, guys. Thank you. Oh, you can trade the schematics, yeah. So everybody make sure to trade the schematics to me. Yeah, just trade me all the schematics. There we go. Ornate gold stove, that's nice. Maritime velvet stool. That's good. And yeah, and again, guys, make sure to, what do you call it? Make sure to look in those resource tabs, because that's where the really, really good items are, okay? Journal of Atorum Flora. Engineer's Technique. Okay. Is your teleport down today? There we go. He did the same thing yesterday. And he didn't actually receive those items because he put those in trade with me last time. He thinks I didn't recognize his name, but I did. He did the same thing yesterday. Okay. Next. Maritime velvet armchair, Sephorium velvet armchair. There we go. Basic bed, mahogany table, alchemist cabinet, and a shelf. Thank you, sir. Maple bookcase, well-polished half-barrel table, shelf, and a small cabinet. Thank you very much.